right, so we are back on adults class, and today it's going to be really amazing. We are looking at something really special today. You have learned something really amazing, and if you are going to put them into practice, you're going to learn a lot. You're going to learn a lot. I'm sure you've got something wonderful from what Auntie Seto spoke about. Now, in Mr. Smooth's classroom, you're going to be looking at something really exclusive today. You're going to be looking at one very special area. I showed the men especially, how to give orgasms with the fingers. And today, I want to start showing the men how they can take what the women have to do for them. So the women today are going to learn how they can give a man a hand job. But you see, some of my brothers are premature ejaculators, and then it is obvious that over 70% men worldwide experience this problem. That is why the hike and hype for aphrodisiacs all over the world is so high. And if you're a premature ejaculator and a woman is going to do some of the things I'm talking about with you tonight, it's going to be a big problem for you, because then you're going to be just ejaculating when a woman is just playing around with your organ. I'm going to show you I'm going to show the women certain sensitive parts of the male organ, and then after showing you that, I'm going to zoom into how the man can control himself from prematurely ejaculating. If you really want to know how you can stop it permanently, that one we'll talk backdoors. But the thing is, how you can control, we can show you a few tips that you can use to control while the woman does those things with you. And then when we have time, we're going to zoom into the women giving the man hand jobs. Hand jobs simply meaning the woman using the hand to stimulate and activate all the sensory organs on the male sex organ. So first of all, I'm going to show you this disclaimer. Whatever you see here is for educational purposes. So this is a disclaimer I would want everyone to read. Yeah, let's go. Yeah, let's see it so that when I'm showing those pictures, it doesn't become I would want, yeah. We are set to get on the show for tonight. Now, next, I would want every woman to take note of all the sensitive parts that a man has around the male organ. Now, this is the first part that you're supposed to see. Now, you are looking at this one here, the gland penis, and I'm rating it 18. Anyone who is under 18, you're not supposed to watch this, because I'm showing these pictures and I'm saying that it is for adults only, and women who are adults, you're supposed to be watching this one. Now, this area around where you have the mouse pointer, we call this area the glands or the head of the penis, this whole area. Now, when it gets down here where you have the cut, it's called the scalus. When you have where the urine comes from, it's called the urethra or urethral meatus. And then you also have the frenulum. The frenulum is the line or the mark here. And then we have the corona or the coronal ridge over here. The coronal ridge is the edge of the head. So here, I'm showing them individually again. This is the gland penis, and this side is the frenulum. This side is the frenulum. And I'm saying that the frenulum happens to be one of the most sensitive parts of the male organ. And then here I'm also going to show you the shaft of the male penis and the testicles. So the shaft is this whole line of the male organ, and the testicles, or the scrotum sacs here, is also very sensitive. So I have a dummy here, and I'm going to show you from the dummy what I am talking about. So for the males, we have here the frenulum. The frenulum is this nerve ending here, right here behind or under the head. So this is the gland penis, this is the gland penis, and this is the frenulum. Right here is the frenulum, that vein here. Now when we come over here, this area is the gland penis. This area is the gland penis. And right here where my finger is that reflex point that connects to the prostate. And so when you read that research that says that when you have sex many times, it protects your prostate, or when you ejaculate many times, it protects your prostate, all we are talking about is just this very area which connects to the prostate gland. And then here we are looking at the scalus, and then the ridge. The ridge is here, the corona ridge. So this whole area is the corona, and this is the ridge. This area is the ridge. So we have looked at the male organs. Now we also have the testicles and the scrotal sacs. The scrotal sac is also very sensitive, and the testicle is also very, very sensitive. Last time we looked at the female part, we described all the parts. So here also we are looking at that of the male organ. So next we'll be looking at the causes of premature ejaculations. Some of the causes of premature ejaculations, because I've had many people ask those questions. What are the causes of premature ejaculations? So the first one is anxiety, right? When you become very anxious, you are with a woman, you become very anxious to penetrate, you prematurely ejaculate. Guilt. When you feel guilty, when you are feeling guilty, the marry and why you marry on yet another marry and obecho. When you feel guilty, you would also prematurely ejaculate. And then also when you fear what you are doing, you are afraid. You are afraid you'll be caught. That would also make you prematurely ejaculate. And then when you are somebody who masturbates, if you masturbate, you are training yourself to masturbate quick. You are training yourself to ejaculate quick. When you masturbate, you are training yourself to ejaculate quick. And then also when you have weak pelvic floor muscles, when your pelvic floor muscles are weak, you also prematurely ejaculate. And some medications, especially those who are on blood pressure medications, and those who are having diabetes medications, which are usually antidepressants. The antidepressants will also make you prematurely ejaculate. And then also when you condition yourself and your mind to ejaculate. Some people, all they believe in is the ejaculation is fun, the ejaculation is sweet, so they want to quickly ejaculate. When you condition yourself to ejaculate quick, you would also start experiencing premature ejaculations. And then also when you have low dopamine levels, when your dopamine levels are low, dopamine levels is that hormone, or dopamine is that hormone that pushes you into activity, is that hormone that makes you do the things that you do. Once they are low, you would also prematurely ejaculate. And then also when you train your penis, the tip of the penis, to become overly sensitive through masturbations and or through watching pornography. So when you watch pornography, you are actually training yourself to ejaculate very, very quick. And I tell you, some of the causes or some other causes are also sensitizing your brain, because pornography will sensitize your brain. And when you try to do the things that porn stars do, you also ejaculate quick. And then when you masturbate to porn, you watch pornography and you masturbate yourself, you are also engaging yourself or training yourself to become emotional. You are training yourself to play the porn star. You are training yourself imagining you are having sex. You are training yourself to have your desires satisfied very, very fast. You are also making yourself overexcited, and then also you put a lot of stress on yourself, and then you have no sleep. If you don't sleep, if you don't sleep well, you also start experiencing premature ejaculations. Smoking, alcohol, and coffee, excessive smoking, alcohol, and coffee would also make you prematurely ejaculate. Excessive smoking and coffee and alcohol can also make you have erectile dysfunctions. And then also not emptying your bladder before you have sex. So before you have sex with your wife, I'm talking about wife, you have to empty your bladder. You have to urinate before you do so. You have to urinate, and if you watch the forbidden video, you have to urinate 10 to 30 minutes before you engage in anything sexual. And then also, when you thrust too fast, some people just want to kill the girl, pull like that. Once you thrust too fast, you will ejaculate very, very quick. And then also, when you don't add novelty, you don't add any style, you don't add any skill, it's just one way, all the time, one way, having sex one way, and then always the same position, it becomes boring, and you always tend to see the woman as the same woman, no excitement, you don't have any special feel, and then the desire for the woman just dwindles. All these things would make you prematurely ejaculate. And then also ascribing to only penetration. This is a problem that most people have to deal with, because religion and all the other things is teaching people. Some people say that if you take your mouth there, it's a sin. If you put your hand there, it is not good. What at all do you want? Because this whole thing is your own mind. You decide what you want, and so long as what you're doing is not hurting, and so long as what you're doing is not disturbing both of you, I don't see anything wrong. So long as the woman is neat, so the woman has cleaned up herself, she doesn't have any infections. I've already told you, if the woman has any infections, she has to treat. If she's looking for very good treatment, we can help the woman get it. And then also we have shown the man how to use the fingers, so there's nothing wrong with that. We have already shown I showed you how you can use your tongue. That is, if you watched our oral sex video. If you don't have it, just go to my YouTube channel, Papa Kwamna, Mr. Smooth, or just type Mr. Smooth and then you'll find my YouTube channel, or you can go to my Facebook page, Adults Class, or Mr. Smooth's Adults Class, Mr. Smooth's Adults Class. You find the links to all the videos, or you go to my Instagram page, Mr. Smooth PKA. You find all the links to all the videos I have on my YouTube channel, and all the videos there, they are all there. Just subscribe to my YouTube channel. Whatever you have missed, you can always get, because this one I'm going to post it tomorrow morning, or just this evening. I'm going to load it in my YouTube and on the Facebook page as well. So just get there and watch. Don't worry about exploring and trying other ways of engaging in sex. Oral sex is not all that bad. People keep asking that question, and I keep saying, so long as both of you are healthy and you are doing it between husband and wife, I don't see anything spiritually wrong about it. I don't see anything health-wise wrong, unless of course one of you has an infection or is infected one way or the other. Now, usually some men would also want to enter hard, but I tell you, when you enter hard and hot, you're going to end up ejaculating so quick. So now I've given you a list of all the things that men do, or all the things that will make a man prematurely ejaculate. Now let me show you how ejaculation actually happens. So in this, watch this one. A man gets an erection, there is stimulation, and then the prostate gland pop, and then drags the sperm from the testicles, and then it pops up. And then right after that, you go into the refractory period. You see, the sperm is sucked when you're having pleasure. So it means you can have pleasure when the prostate gland prostates without actually throwing the sperm out. So it is actually the prostate gland that brings the pleasure. The prostate gland that brings the pleasure. So what is the makeup of your ejaculations? You should understand the makeup of the ejaculations so you value what you are throwing out. You value what you are throwing out. Now, the ejaculations is made up of certain nutrients and hormones and vital energy that comes or that is produced from the prostate gland. That is produced from the prostate gland. And then it constitutes your semen and certain substances that carry the sperm out from the seminal fluids or from the seminal ducts. Now you need to understand this, that the semen is also contain a great deal of vital energy. Therefore, ejaculations, that is it takes a great deal of your energy, a great deal of your energy, and then that is the reason why you become exhausted when you overly ejaculate. You should know that. And after ejaculations, all the glands in your body, all the glands in your endocrine system are depleted. It takes a lot of toll, it takes a lot of energy out of you. So you should really value what you are throwing out. And then I feel that ejaculation should be called going instead of being called coming, because you are taking what is coming out of you is taking all your energy out. So it should rather be called going rather than called coming. And it takes millions of your sperm, hormones, nutrients, and a little bit of your personality, which is in your DNA, that is coming out of you in that manner. You should look at this and should understand that ejaculation is just like blood donation. When you donate blood, you are given a period of rest to regather that energy that you lost, or to get the blood that you lost back. But some people think that the body is like a factory that produces the sperm without break, without anything, and they constantly want to just throw out the sperm, throw out the sperm, throw out the sperm. As you continue to ejaculate, what you do is you drain your energy. And that is why when you donate blood, you are given certain time before you donate another blood. And let me tell you this, no amount of dieting, no amount of food, no amount of sexual enhancements, no amount of supplements, no amount of whatever it is that you take will replace or replenish that energy that you have lost. The body takes time to produce the sperm. It takes time between 9 p.m. and 3 a.m. every day to produce 200 million sperm. That's for a healthy man. Up to 2 million sperm, 2 million sperms for a very healthy man is produced every day between 9 p.m. and 3 a.m., especially around the time when your melatonin levels hike up, when it goes up. So when you ejaculate often, you are actually owing your body a lot. So it's a great deal of essence, a great deal of energy, a great deal of waste when you are not looking for babies and you frequently ejaculate. Now, it causes fatigue, it decreases your resistance, it makes you angry, and then also it depletes your essence and energy, and you also drain all the energy of your kidney, drain all the energy of your brain, and drain all the energy of your heart. And when you overly ejaculate, if you are a young man and you ejaculate often, you will look older than your age. Trust me, you will look older than your age, and you will not have that reserve energy to be able to do all the sports, all the exercises, and all the strenuous things. Sexual energy is your body's reserved energy. The more you hold on to your sperm, the more you keep your sperm, the healthier you become and the healthier you look. And I tell you, sperms specifically, not for pleasure. They are not for pleasure, they are for babies. sperm specifically, not for pleasure, but yeah, for babies. You can have a healthy sex life, have orgasms without ejaculations. I'm very passionate about this one. You can have a healthy sex life, enjoy sex, have healthy orgasms without necessarily ejaculating. Can you imagine the number of children that your one ejaculation can produce? If you are a healthy man, you are producing between 200 million and 500 million sperm, and each one of them is a possible human being. It means one ejaculation can populate the whole of Accra. 200 million people. Can you imagine that? But only one survives. So once you gather when you gather in the sperm, you are trying to produce a healthy, normal human being like you. You don't necessarily need to be throwing them out. So you don't necessarily have to ejaculate every time you have sex. And you shouldn't have it in your mind that every time you have sex, you should be ejaculating. Frequent ejaculations bring chronic loss of vital fluids from the brain, from the spine, and other parts of your body. So it's very, very important that you take note of this, because over ejaculations will increase your will increase your hormones to a level that you even start losing your hair. So your DHT will go up, and once your DHT goes up, your hair will start falling off. Your face will look like somebody who's so old. Meanwhile, you're not that old. So I showed you a brain scan. I showed you what happens when you overly ejaculate. Modern science has evidence to show that every time a man ejaculates, you lose a lot of zinc. And zinc is very vital for every man. Zinc is very vital for every man. And once you lose zinc in your body, which your sperm contains, when you lose zinc in your body, what happens is it leads to memory loss. It leads to confusion. It leads to paranoia. And it also makes you hypersensitive to light or to sunlight. So it is very, very scientific what we're talking about, that you need to conserve sperm. And wives should understand that when your man is having sex and he's enjoying it and he's not always ejaculating, there is nothing wrong with that. So don't think that you are not pleasuring the man or the man is not enjoying you simply because he has decided not to ejaculate when he has an encounter with you. Women should understand that. Now, we have something we call ejaculation and ejaculation. Ejaculation simply meaning you have your orgasms, but the ejaculations is kept inside. And then you have ejaculations when whatever essence you have rather goes out. So I'm saying that it is possible for a man to engage in anything sexual for as long as he wants and not ejaculate and still enjoy the pleasure. It is because of orgasms we have sex, not because of ejaculations. The cravings that men have to have women and to have sex with women is not because we want to ejaculate, but simply because we want to have orgasms. Now, for the men who prematurely ejaculate, I'm going to show you some basic tips that you can use in controlling yourselves from premature ejaculations. I'll show you here, but if you want to stop it permanently, you would have to see me back door so I can chop your money and show you how to do that. Yes, I think it's fair, right? It's very, very fair. Now, the first thing is I'm going to show you what Masters and Johnson's came out with as to how you can stop the sperm from coming. But here you have to use the pause and squeeze technique. The pause and squeeze technique. The pause and squeeze technique simply means that when you are about ejaculating at the tip of the penis or in the back of the penis or somewhere I'm going to show you, all you have to do is squeeze the penis and lock the sperm in. So the lock and squeeze technique, this is the first one. Watch this. So when you are about to ejaculate, when you feel the ejaculation is coming, you just put your thumb at the top and then you squeeze the base lock the sperm in and stop the sperm from coming out. That is one technique that you can use in stopping yourself or stopping the sperm from coming. But if you don't squeeze hard enough, the sperm will just pop up, especially if you have a very strong prostate like mine. Great. And then also, this is another technique. Instead of going to the back, instead of placing your hand at the top like that, you can place your hand over here. So in this technique, we are going downstairs, squeezing it and stopping the sperm from even climbing. So once the ejaculation is taking place and the sperm is sucked, when you feel the sperm is coming, you just hold that side and squeeze, and the sperm stays in there. You lose small erection, you will not lose the sperm, you will not lose the energy, and you can continue to engage in the sex. And then also, you can also hold the tip that way and lock the sperm from coming out. Yes, there's another technique you can use. Hold the tip and squeeze it. There are other techniques that you can use. One other technique is crossing the threshold. Crossing the threshold. Crossing the threshold simply means that know your threshold. Know when you're about to ejaculate. Examine when you're about to ejaculate and use the start and stop technique. Start and stop technique simply meaning that when you are engaging in a sexual act and you feel you are about to ejaculate, pause. Simple as that. That is a threshold. But some people, they are unable to, and then once they get into it, they just rush it out and then they are done. Here I'm saying that observe yourself, and when you feel you are getting close to ejaculations, stop, take it out, and then do whatever you want to do. Case change position, whatever you want to do, just do it. But the disadvantage of using this process is when you stop and the woman is about to come, then you spoil the whole thing. You spoil the whole pleasure. Now you have stopped, you have taken it out, the woman wants to come, and then she becomes irritated because she was almost coming, and all of a sudden you just stopped. So this is not the best technique, but you can use it to control. Like I said, if you want the best technique, best practices, just let's talk. My contact is on the screen and I'll show you. It is not free. Great. Now, the next thing is the distraction. The distraction technique works for some people, and all you need to do is take your mind off what you are doing. Take your mind off what you're doing. But if you take your mind off what you're doing, yes, you will be able to, manage it for a while, because then your mind is not really on what you're doing. But you see, once you take your mind off what you're doing, the woman feels that you are not present. You're not engaging. She's not seeing what you're doing, because currently you're on her having sex with her, but your mind is either watching a football, or your mind is watching a basketball, or you are just doing something else. So when you distract yourself, either with deep penetrations with the head, and then your mind is somewhere else, it actually makes the woman feels that you are not present. And most men also lose erection in the process. So this technique, even though it would work, it's not the best if you really want to make love with your wife. I am being very honest and very truthful. And like I said, the adult class is the most educative adult show in the whole of Africa. I'm not talking Ghana, in the whole of Africa, because it is only on ATV's adult class, only on GNTV's adult class, that you get such real, unadulterated education for you every Wednesday at 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. And then when you get to my YouTube channel, Mr. Smooth, you'll find all the videos. When you go to my Facebook page, Mr. Smooth's Adult Class, you'll find all these information there and even more. I put all my motivations and all my brain work, because yes, you have to do a lot of mindset work. I put all of them on my Facebook and my Facebook and my Instagram page. My Instagram is Mr. Smooth PKA. Just follow and let's learn. We are learning and we are developing, and we are going to grow. We're going to become better lovers, and we're not going to prematurely ejaculate when a woman touches us. No, my guys, this is not something you should do. Don't disgrace me this time, because what I'm going to teach the women is going to be powerful, and once they start doing it, if you're not careful, you'll be spitting all over their face. So take note. Day guard, my brother, day guard. Don't let this happen to you. Next is relaxing your legs. Next, we have a technique we call relaxing your legs. Most times when you're about ejaculation, you become a little stiff around. Just relax the legs. When you relax the legs and you relax, you're able to get some control, and you're able to engage your partner. Relax your legs, engage your partner, and then have a wonderful chat. And you can even stop whatever you're doing, and then you can get total control. Now, I am going to give you a bonus. I'll give you a bonus, simple bonus, and this is for me a simple bonus. You can use your breath to control your arousal rates. But here we are looking at how you can manage your arousal rates. But before you look at how you manage your arousal rates, this information I'm putting out here is very, very, very important. I know most men think that because old men are having children, you can ejaculate all your lives. My brother, you are deceiving yourself. Just as women stop menstruating and still have eggs, the same way men would ejaculate without sperm. You will have the prostate fluid and everything, but without sperm in it at a certain time. Every man is allowed up to 5,000 ejaculations all your life. The doctors will challenge me on this one. I won't mind. But what I'm saying is every man is allowed 5,000 ejaculations all your life. Immediately you ejaculate 5,000 times, yes, you have your ejaculations, but you don't have sperm in it. You have seminal fluids and everything coming out, but you don't have sperm in it. Yes, that is it. And you should also understand this, that your ejaculations is equivalent to a teaspoonful, and your 5,000 ejaculations will be equivalent to 4 gallons of sperm all your life. 4 gallons of sperm. And remember, each sperm contains 200 million to 500 million for a healthy man. You need to understand that. So this is very vital, and you just don't have to throw sperm out you don't have to senselessly ejaculate. So those who are doing the 3 rounds, 4 rounds, 6 rounds and stuff, I call that senseless ejaculations. You are killing yourself. And are you surprised? People who are very sexually active in their youth end up losing erection and not having erection at all in their 40s and 50s. Watch that. Once you deplete, it's just like you have a factory that's supposed to produce 2 million shoes, 200 shoes in a day, and then you're forcing the factory to be producing 400. What happens? You're just messing it up. So here I am adding my tip. I'm saying that you can use breathing to disperse sexual energy. You inhale and your breath should be in the body. When you are inhaling, your stomach should become big, and when you are exhaling, your stomach should become flat. Just inhaling and exhaling properly. You inhale through the nose and you exhale through the mouth. That alone can help you control ejaculations when you feel like it in the middle of the act. I have taught you that. Now, this is something that every man should take note of. I have said this here on this show before, that when you are 20 years, your sperm in your body produces enough sperm that you can have 1 ejaculation every 4 days. Yeah. Because you are young, the body can produce enough sperm to replenish whatever you have lost one round in 4 days. This one, I know people are going to argue and argue and argue. I won't argue with you. We all know the epididymis stores sperms. We all know the body produces sperms every day. We all know that as you age, the quantity of sperm the body produces reduces. We all know a healthy man's ejaculations is between 200 million and 500 million. If it is even low, it starts from 50 million all the way to 500 million. And you should tell me, if you are if you are even ejaculating 500 million, and your body is producing 2 million every day, how many days do you have to conserve sperm to be able to get 50 million sperm? So don't argue with me on this one. Do the calculation yourself, and you understand what I'm saying. And don't expect that the body will find sperm anywhere. The body produces the sperm from 20% to 40% of whatever you eat. So if you have not eaten, where is it finding the energy from? It will tax your kidney, tax your brain, and tax your heart. Borrow the energy, and as you eat, you have to replace those energies. So listen, it is not a joke. It is not a joke. You can believe it or leave it. The next thing is, if you are 30 years, you can ejaculate once every 8 days. If you are 40 years, you can ejaculate once every 16 days. You are 50 years, once every 21 days. If you are 60 years, once every 30 days. It doesn't mean that you can have sex only once in those days, I'm saying. But I'm saying you can have sex as many times as you want, but you have to conserve your sperm. Those are your golden eggs. You just don't lay them just like that. They're your golden eggs. You just don't lay them. Okay? So here, I am going to skip to one tip. I give the women one tip, and then after giving the women one tip, if I have time, we are going to look at activate the phone lines, engage you. Next week, God willing, we are going to continue. This is a bonus for all those who want to do the Valentine stuff, but take it easy. Valentine is for married couples. Valentine is he died actually marrying people. Excuse me. And he didn't die because he wanted young people to be engaging in sex. All right, so here we are going to do stimulating the shaft, right, with a ring finger, both hands. So here, this is how you do it. I have a dummy here, and this is a fully erect penis. And then if you are doing forming a ring or using a ring or with a ring double hand, this is what I'm talking about. So this is what I'm talking about. Up and down like that, up and down like that, or up and down like that, up and down like that. Whichever way you are comfortable with, up and down like that. And then when you're doing the up and down, you can twist while you go up and down. So here you are on the shaft and not on the head. Not on the head, but you're on the shaft. So you can see I twist, I twist, I twist, I twist. So you can hold up, and then also you can do it in a very fast mode. Very fast mode. And if it is this way too, you can also do it this way. So whichever way is just going to be from the shaft, from the just around the beginning of the shaft, you hold and twist down, you hold and twist down. So you can do it in whichever way. You get that? So you can do this and take it easy, take your time, don't be in a rush. And this is just one tip for you. And next week when we come, you're going to add other ways to it. Okay, I am told I don't have time. I can't pick your calls. So all your messages that have come, I am going to pick them, and I'm going to be I would answer them when I have the time to. Okay, so next we are saying that hold the base of the penis, and then also with the thumb you rub the gland and the frenulum. So here, this is the frenulum and this is the gland. So you hold the base and then you rub the thumb and the frenulum. So this is what I'm doing. In this way, this is what you're doing. In that way, this is what I'm doing. So one finger is on the frenulum here, and the other is on the gland. So you are doing something like that. right? You're doing something like that. You can do it quick, you can do it slowly. You can do it quickly, you can do it slowly. So it all depends on how you want to do it. You can do it very quickly, you can do it slowly. And then also we'll get to all that, but let's get all the basics right. So first we did rubbing straight or twisting, and then now we are going rubbing the frenulum. The frenulum is this part of the penis and the back here. All right, so next week we are going to zoom into other things and other areas. We're going to teach the women how to get on the men and how to make them feel wonderful. And this is my Valentine present for the women. You can try this, and this alone can blow your guy up. Do something different. Add some novelty to your marriage and to your marital bed. Do something new. Don't always be doing the same things. Now, adult class is doing this because we say that adult class is teaching married couples to make their marriage and their sex life better. We are not saying that young people should be engaging in sex, and we are against sex out of marriage. What we are teaching is, we say married couples shouldn't have sex. So when they get married, who teaches them? And this is what adult class is looking at doing. So yes, those in Kaswa ICGC, this Sunday I have a program with you. I'll be coming there. So I'll be seeing you. But the fact is, whatever you do, wherever you are, make sure that you think positively, because whatever the mind can conceive and you believe, you can achieve. Everything is possible. Stay on the positive side. My name is Mr. Smooth. I love you. And next week when we come, we're going to continue with this one. For all the women with the infections, let's talk. For all the men with the premature ejaculations, we can always find a way out. See you next week, and be good. Don't mess up this Valentine's Day.